Shopping for a mobile microscope for soldering. That big 2000x number on the box matters way less than working distance and real detail at the magnifications you actually solder at. We'll cut through the inflated specs and focus on what helps you see solder joints clearly with room for your iron, so you know which one fits your bench. Let's make it clear. Starting off at number 5, we've got the TOMLOV DM602 Flex, and it earns this spot by trying to be a few things at once. For me, the headline isn't the magnification number. They market it up to 2000x with 3 swappable lenses. But the spec that actually matters for soldering is that L lens, the 60 to 200x range. That's the usable zone for SMD rework, where you still get enough working distance to slide a soldering iron under the lens without cooking the optics. The flexible arm is the real argument here. 360 degrees at the base, plus horizontal and vertical swing, so you can park the camera off to the side and keep your hands and your iron clear of the column. A rigid stand fights you on that. This one doesn't. Then there's the ring light. 144 LEDs around the lens means even illumination with almost no shadow cast by your tip. For inspecting joints and spotting cold solder or bridging, that flat uniform light does more than the megapixel count ever will. The 10.1-inch IPS screen is comfortable for long sessions too, and the heat-resistant silicone mat that comes in the box is a genuinely useful throw-in. It handles up to 932 degrees and gives you part trays right there. Now the catch. This is an LCD digital scope, not a stereo microscope. You're watching a screen, so depth perception is flatter, and the frame rate on these built-in sensors can show a touch of lag during fast hand movement. If your work is precision micro soldering all day, that takes a little adjusting too. So who's it for? I'd put this with the bench tinkerer who also examines coins, checks components, and wants one tool that flexes across tasks. That versatility is exactly why it opens the list. The link is in the description. Moving to number 4, the Elikliv EM4K with autofocus. And the autofocus is the whole reason it sits here. Most digital scopes in this range make you ride a focus knob every time you shift the board. This one doesn't. It uses a TOF sensor to measure distance and lock focus in about 2 seconds. For me, that's the spec that earns its place. When you're moving a coin around or sliding a board under the lens, a manual scope has you chasing sharpness constantly. The AI keeps reassessing clarity and pulls it back in on its own. For live inspection work, that's genuinely useful. Now the imaging. It shoots 4K video and pushes 52 megapixels on stills, fed onto an 8-inch IPS screen. Here's what matters in practice. That resolution means you can actually read fine SMD detail and surface texture without squinting. The colors hold up too, which counts when you're judging a cold joint or a hairline crack on a coin. The tri-screen setup is the underrated part. You've got HDMI and USB out, so you can throw the feed onto a big monitor or into a PC while the built-in screen keeps running. There's also freeze and split screen for comparing 2 samples side by side. For documentation or before and after shots, that saves you real time. What buyers value most is how fast it gets going. Setup comes up again and again as painless, and people lean on the portability for fieldwork, not just bench duty. The built-in battery backs that up, so you're not chained to an outlet. The catch, and it's the honest one. Autofocus on a continuously refocusing system can hunt a little when you make sharp hand movements during soldering. If your work is all-day micro rework with the iron under the lens, manual focus locked in place sometimes feels steadier. For inspection, coins, and general repair though, the autofocus is the easier ride. So this fits the person who values speed and convenience over fiddling with knobs. The link is in the description. Number 3 on the list is the TOMLOV DM9, and it earns this spot by making small work comfortable. The 7-inch screen is the whole pitch here, and I think it lands. Let me explain why that matters. Forget the eyepiece squint. With a 7-inch rotatable display, both your hands stay free, and your neck isn't cranked over a tube. For long inspection sessions on coins or a board, that ergonomics win is real. You can tilt the panel 90 degrees and actually sit upright while you work. Now, the magnification. They print 5 to 1200x, and I treat that top number with caution. A good chunk of it is digital zoom, and at the extreme, the lens sits almost on top of your subject, so your usable working distance vanishes. The sweet spot is moderate magnification, where you still get clearance to slide tweezers or an iron underneath. At that range, the image holds up well for solder joints, PCB traces, and coinware. And if these comparisons are helping you sort through the options, subscribing really supports the channel and keeps these videos coming. The 12-megapixel sensor records straight to the included card, no computer needed. That on-device capture is genuinely handy for documenting rework or a collection. One thing worth flagging flagging though. When you run it as a PC webcam over USB, the resolution drops compared to recording on the device itself. So, for your sharpest stills, use the built-in screen and save to the card. Reserve the computer mode for live viewing or showing someone a feed. Here's what Marcus says. The screen makes finding bad joints and tiny pads so much easier than a magnifier. It's more than enough magnification for my electronics work, and the recording to the card is a nice bonus. That tracks with the general pattern. The catch is the stand. It's on the light side and can wobble if you bump it. And the height range is limited for very large boards. For coins, pens, and small PCBs, it's stable enough. The aluminum frame itself feels solid. It's just the reach that's modest. So for hobbyist inspection and light repair, this is a lot of practical tool. The link is in the description. Number 2 on the list is the Andonstar AD246SM, and it earns the podium spot on hardware. This is the one built for a real soldering bench. Let me start with the stand, because that's the heart of it. It's a Pro Boom arm in metal, and it swings front to back, left to right, and the angle adjusts too. So you can park the camera off to the side and keep the column clear of your hands. And because it's metal rated for high heat, you're not melting plastic when the iron's running hot. For all-day rework, that counts for more than any number printed on the box. Now the lenses. You get 3 and you swap them with a couple of screws. The L lens runs 15 to 60x, and that's your soldering range. Why? Because it leaves you real working distance to slide an iron under the lens. The A lens covers whole coins and components, and the D lens handles biological slides. So it flexes from the bench to the kid's science homework. The imaging is where it pulls ahead. It shoots 2160p, true UHD, and pushes that out over HDMI to a big monitor. That resolution lets you actually read SMD detail and catch a cold joint or a hairline crack without squinting. And the measurement software is the underrated piece here. Hook it to a Windows PC and you can measure length and area, not just stare at the feed. Here's the catch though. There's no built-in screen on this one. You're leaning on an external monitor over HDMI. So factor that into your setup if you don't have one sitting ready. It's a clear trade-off. You gain a far better image on a big display, but it's not grab and go like the screen-based pics earlier in the list. So this fits the person building a proper repair bench who wants image quality and a stand that stays out of the way. The link is in the description. Before we reveal our number 1, be sure to check out the description below for the freshest deals on each of these items. Taking the top spot, the Andonstar AD249SM, and it earns number 1 by being the most complete package on this whole list. Here's why I put it up here. Remember the boom arm scope back at number 2 had no built-in screen? This one fixes that. You get a 10.1-inch display right on the unit, and you can still push the feed over HDMI to a big monitor when you want it, so you're covered either way, grab and go or full bench setup. The imaging is the same caliber that earns my respect. It shoots 2160p, true UHD, and at that resolution you can read SMD detail and catch a cold joint without leaning in. The frame rate holds steady enough for live rework, which is what you actually need when the iron's moving under the lens. 3 lenses, swapped with a couple of screws. The L lens is your soldering range. On the screen, it runs 15 to 60x, and that's the zone that leaves you real working distance for an iron. The A lens covers coins and components. The D lens handles biological slides. Now here's the part that pushed it to first. This isn't only a microscope, it's a built soldering station. The extension base grows your work area. There are component storage boxes, a tool holder, and helping hands with rotatable clamps. So your flux, your tweezers, your tiny parts, they all have a home. That tidy, ergonomic layout is the difference between a tool you tolerate and one you reach for every session. The catch. It's a lot of kit, and assembly takes a minute. You're building a station here, not unboxing a toy. So clear some bench space before it shows up for the person putting together a serious repair bench who wants the screen, the image quality, and the soldering gear all in one box. This is the pick to close on. The link is in the description. You can now tell what holds up from what falls short. If you want one tool that flexes across tasks, number 5. For comfortable hobbyist inspection on a budget, number 3. If you're building a proper repair bench, number 2. And if you want the most complete package with the screen, the image quality, and the soldering gear in one box, number 1. Updated links in the description. Prices keep moving.